This is Russ. I'm here at Galaxy Hotpot and Grill, and you can hear the train station here. Look at this. Hey, they have 90-minute parking in the front, but there is public parking in a parking lot directly behind them. I parked on the side street. I didn't know. But let's go in. I've already asked for permission, and they said it's okay if I record. So I'm going to record our experience here, but I'll probably do a voiceover. Now we can obviously see why it's called Galaxy. A lot of spaceman type things here. Very cool. All right, so let's join the rest of my group. I'm going to keep them off camera. So I figure I'd do some establishing shots here first. Let you guys see what it is. Very interesting place. All right, we are in the back. All right, so I've turned off the audio from the camera to avoid the copyrighted music in the video, as YouTube does not allow me to do that. Now, if you look around the decor, you can see astronauts hanging there. They have sushi over here. They've got bowls that you can put sauces in, and this is some dessert and some fruit. Yeah, we'll just kind of walk around here real quickly. We'll take some of this stuff a little bit later here, so just kind of give you an overview, see what's there. Now we are actually further back in the party room there. Again, some additional items. We'll talk about that as we come back to get that. Okay. Dim sum items too. We'll talk about that too. All right, let's go ahead and go to the back and join the rest of the group. Now there's 9 people today in my group. The tables that they have laid out there are set up for 12 people at a time, and everybody gets a separate hot pot, and then there's 3 burners there for grilling. So 3 burners for the 12 people, individual hot pot burning things for the hot pots themselves. Yeah, so it's all electric there. Now I got some spicy sauce. This is Szechuan sauce. Yeah, I mean, you don't drink this stuff. This is stuff that you use to cook the rest of the meat and other items in there. So let's go ahead and take some items first. I took a sesame ball. I did not take the onion rings. I did not take the French fries. I did take a chicken nugget just to try it. It's probably there for the kids. And of course a vegetable spring roll. Now for the dim sum items, I did take that. So, you know, they have everything from siu mai and hagao and some different bao. I didn't take any of the bao because it's bread, and I kind of see that as a filler, so I'm not going to do that. Not when I've got all the other goodies I can take. Okay, I did grab a fork just in case I needed it, but of course dropping everything here, making a mess. And then as far as the fried rice, that's also to me kind of a filler, but I wanted to get some to try it so I can report back to you. And this particular sushi piece does not have raw fish, so I took that. I don't typically take sushi because I don't eat the raw fish. The other station, that is the raw fish station, so you should be aware of that. And they have, how many here? 3, 4, 5 plates of different types of sushi there. Okay. Now here's the sauces. Now the interesting thing is that although I did take one sauce, this is the sesame sauce that I took. I totally forgot about it, and I didn't dip anything in it. By the time I figured out, oh, I still have sauce, I was almost done eating. So sorry to Galaxy for wasting the sauce and for dripping all over the place there. See, look at that, I'm making a mess. Sorry. Let me show you the names of the various sauces that they have available. And people will mix and match the sauce too, you know. And we were talking to the owner, one of the owners of the restaurant, and she was saying that, you know, sometimes people are worried that they make the wrong choice in mixing. Well, she says if you do, then, you know, just get another one and mix it properly. All right, so let's try some dim sum items. Now, the first thing you got to realize, this is not a dim sum restaurant, okay? This is a hot pot and grill type of restaurant, so it's not going to be the best sushi. The best dim sum, but it's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, this is pretty much what I expect from most buffet style dim sum. So yeah, it satisfies. It doesn't have to be the absolute best, but yeah, I would say acceptable. Yeah. Overall, I was just surprised to see that they even had it. All right, so I'm glad that they did. Now I'm using a fork right now because sometimes it's just easier to do that. But then later on, I kind of realized, well, wait a minute, I'm using a fork. We are in an Asian restaurant. I should be using chopsticks. So I switched over to chopsticks afterwards. Now in my party, as I mentioned, we have 9 people total. 2 of us had birthdays this month. One of my friends who I've known since probably high school days, maybe even I may have even been in middle school at the time. I don't know how long. I've known her for a long time. She had a birthday coming up on Sunday. We are here actually on a Tuesday, and then my birthday is later on in the middle of the month. But we were celebrating both of our birthdays while doing this. Yeah, overall not bad. I would say the fried rice was decent. I wouldn't say it's the best, but again, acceptable. Even the sesame ball was very good. It's nice and soft and crunchy as well. And it had red bean paste for that. Sometimes they vary what's inside there. Sometimes it could be, sesame paste. It could be just about anything. But yeah, red bean paste in that one. And again, this is a shrimp type dumpling and perfectly fine. Yeah, while I was eating this, the rest of my group was still trying to figure out the iPad ordering system. So I had already put in the order that I wanted, and I just passed the iPad to them. And then they were still placing the order. I was already finished with my first plate by the time they were still trying to place orders. The spring roll is a vegetable spring roll, and again, very good. No problems with that. Nice and crunchy. And the interesting thing about when you're there with a group of people, yeah, I'm reacting to the people who are there, of course, but also realizing too that I'm being recorded and everything that I'm doing. And I knew that after I was done with this, I would have a lot of editing involved in order to create this video for you guys and give you my impressions of the place. I would say the decor of the place is very good. I mean, it's definitely unique. I don't think I've ever seen a restaurant laid out quite like this with astronaut theme and the like. If you look over to the right of your screen, that's the moon that's glowing off to the side there. So as I'm eating and recording, I am reacting to the group as they're asking me questions there as we're talking and the like. So far everything's been fine. Let's go ahead and try the sushi piece. I would say fairly good. Yeah, fairly good. I don't know how the other ones are. I didn't take any of the other sushi items, so I have no clue. But typically, if it's a sushi restaurant, that's another story. But it isn't. It's a hot pot restaurant, and it's got Korean barbecue as well. So I'm just glad they have it. But again, not something that I typically would take much of anyway. Still trying to finish it. Okay, here's the thing for me. Whatever I take, I finish. I don't leave anything behind, okay? Now, I took things like tofu skin, which is what you're seeing right here. We had some veggies and like this. There's like watercress in there. Eventually, I figured out that, trying to pick this stuff up out of the water with the chopstick is near impossible. They do have a ladle that's in a bowl in front of me there. I didn't even think about that. But I finally got the things out of there with a fork. So this is some watercress. Yeah, it's good to have some veggies, but typically these type of places, I'm more about the meat. So, and they have quite a variety of seafood items that you can get too. I mean, this is totally unlimited. You can get as much stuff as you want. They don't have any limitations on there. But like I said, if you don't finish the food, for me personally, I don't feel good if I don't do that. But they do charge you for that. If they said if a little bit's left behind, that's fine. But if you ordered a whole bunch of things and you just didn't eat it at all, they will charge you by the pound for any of the leftover meats and things that you order and didn't finish. Okay, they even had ice cream. Later on, I found out they had ice cream in the front, and they have a little sign that says, if you eat it inside, it doesn't cost you anything. But if you take the ice cream outside, they charge you $2 per container, and that's just to eliminate people from just grabbing ice cream and walking out the door with it. Okay, so you got to be aware. Soft drinks and tea is extra. So the only thing I ordered was water. All right. Some of the others in my group did order hot tea. I think they were surprised they were charged for hot tea. So just be aware. Okay. So some of the hot pot items that you put in there are thinly sliced meat. So it cooks very, very fast in the boiling broth. Okay. Now, even though this is very hot broth, it's, as far as spiciness is concerned, it's not so bad because you're not drinking that broth. You're just using it to give it some flavoring as you're cooking. And now we have some meat items we can actually put on the grate at this point. So my friends were cooking up the items. Later on, I started cooking a little bit of it too. So they suggested you put some oil down before you start doing things. But I'll tell you that, when you have meat items that were marinated and you put it on the grate, it's going to eventually start to burn, right? Because it's got sugar content. And what they will do is they will change out the grill grate for you when it's too charred, okay? And don't hesitate in asking. If you see it's getting too charred, you can ask them to change it out. So I'm not sure exactly what we have here because everyone was placing orders on everything. But we had things like, marinated bulgogi meat. We had, here in my hot pot, I have, I don't know if that's, what is that, zucchinis? Some mushroom pieces in there as well. So again, you can see this is marinated meat. So obviously there's sugar in there too. So that's what will start caramelizing, which I typically call start burning. So you got to be aware of that. So definitely put some oil down because that'll keep it from sticking too much. I think over here we had, I think we had some pork belly over there. Comes in a big roll. I just rolled it out. And then we have the typical fish balls and some of these other type of round circular balls. I actually like those things. I usually like taking a lot of those. So I ordered some extra stuff. And here we got some more interesting seafood items for those who are into that. Okay. Now, it may look like it's moving, and that's only because it's kind of shrinking as it's being cooked. And you can see on the grill grate, it's starting to get a little bit dark over there. So, yeah, eventually things get changed out, right? So you got octopus and squids and all sorts of things. Yeah, good stuff. Try it if you haven't tried it before. Now, these type of grills have ventilation on the sides, as you might notice. Now, here's some of the balls. Yeah, fish balls, and I think they had a lobster ball in there too, which is kind of interesting. So mussels, and they even had things like pot stickers that you can put in there, tofu, bok choy. Let's take a look at some of the dessert stuff. I finished everything. We had quite a bit of things. I kind of edited most of that stuff out because it's just watching me eat. So I took one of each of the cake type items, and then I just took a couple of pieces of cantaloupe and a couple pieces of peaches in there. And the oranges, that's typical Chinese, okay? If you go to any Chinese restaurant, typically when they finish up, they're gonna give you some oranges. So seeing the slices of oranges there did not surprise me at all, all right? All right, here's one of the owners, and I put her on camera. I told her I was gonna stick her in the video. Very nice lady. She told us that you know, she came from the province that she's from, and then she came to New York. Oh, watch this. Thank you so much. Unexpected, thank you so much. Yeah, so we got, each of us got a slice of cheesecake on the house, and then we also got to pick a little present. So I picked this particular present, which is the Spaceman doll. You can play the crane game and try to gain that, but hey, I got one for free for our birthday. All right, so I am leaving Galaxy right now. Leaving Galaxy right now. Let me show you something real quickly here. If you park directly in front of Galaxy, there's a 90-minute limit because the Metro train station is there. But if you go around the corner here, parking lot over here, public access. So don't park directly in front. You can only get 90 minutes there. Park in here. I don't think they charge for this because it looks it's wide open. I didn't know. So I parked down the street. So I parked on the side street. Anyway, I am glad we are finally finished. We're usually at these restaurants for a long time. Today I think we were a little over 3 hours. It's usually 3 hours, that's what we do. But we had a good long talk with the owner, and it was good. Good place. Check them out, Galaxy, Des Plaines, Illinois. Okay, I'm back in the car. Yeah, I parked a little bit of a distance from the restaurant, not knowing that directly behind them is a free public access parking lot, covered parking lot, actually. Yeah, if you park directly in front of Galaxy, there's a 90-minute limit because that's right next to the Metro train station area. So if you want to be there a little bit longer, you want to park in the public access parking garage, which is directly behind the building. Yep. So it is convenient. I just didn't know it was there. So that's my suggestion to you. If you go to Back Galaxy, go park inside there. Plenty of parking spots in there. So let's give you some thoughts, conclusion here. Yeah, nice place. Very nice place. It's definitely different. You know, you walk in there and the first thing you see is all this space outfit stuff. You know, it's like astronauts and all sorts of things. But we had a good long talk with one of the owners of the restaurant, and yeah, I think she said they opened February of 2025. So still a fairly new restaurant, less than 1 year since we went there. Do I recommend it? Yeah, highly recommended. Yeah, very good. They had a lot more seafood offerings here than in the other Korean barbecue type places and hot pot places that we've been to so far. And for a lunch, pricing, very hard to beat. I think even with the dinner pricing, it would still be pretty good. Yeah, they offer some additional items for dinner, and you can upgrade your lunch to dinner if you decide you want to do that. Then you have, you know, more things to choose from. But no, we were perfectly fine with the lunch. We were quite happy with that. The one thing that you should be aware is that they do charge for drinks. So if you have soft drinks or anything like that, or even tea, that will be extra. But if you have just water, then it's the price is the price. So yeah, highly recommended. Go check them out. Galaxy in Des Plaines, Illinois. Not too bad. Hey, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Talk to you guys next time.